Hey guys, it's your boy Joe back at it again, CodingPhase.com. In this video, I want to show you guys how easy it is to get started with Shopify's Hydrogen framework. Now, if you guys been wanting to use Shopify as a headless CMS, right, this is the video for you guys, okay? Hydrogen now is using Remix under the hood, and it just brings so many different optimizations and so many cool things. And to be honest with you guys, every single one of you guys should be using this framework if you're looking to start building an online e-commerce store. Now, again, you can always use Shopify's platform to create Shopify themes, but if you want to have more control over your site and you want to optimize it as much as you can, I believe the best route is going with Shopify's Hydrogen. So let's get started. All right, guys. So to get started with Hydrogen, the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to actually install the framework and basically install all of the tools that we need to get started through npm. So let's go into this website, hydrogen.shopify.dev. And then from here, we're going to come here, click here, and we're going to go on the terminal and basically go to the location where you want to have your projects located. So for me, it's projects/Shopify. And then in here, I'm going to go and paste in the npm command. Now this is going to take a little while, but basically initially is going to install some tools from Shopify. But once you install those, then you should be good, and it should show you this section here, which is going to be pretty much deciding what you want to have. Do you want to have a plain version, or do you want to have the demo store? Okay, I personally recommend start with the demo store, so you can go from there and start building on top of that, since it will show you the best ways and best practices on how to build a Hydrogen app. And you can pretty much learn from how Shopify themselves actually build their demo store. Now, the Hello World one is just going to be plain store where you could just start building everything from scratch. But again, I always recommend to start with the demo store. So let's go in, choose that. And then from there, the next thing is choosing what language you want to use. Do you want to use TypeScript? Do you want to use JavaScript? Me personally, I'm going to stick with JavaScript. Okay, you can choose TypeScript if you want. From there, it was going to ask you, what's the name of the store? Where do you want to save this as? So I'm going to call this Hydrogen, let's say, I'm just going to go EC for e-commerce, right? So Hydrogen EC. And then install dependencies for npm. Click yes. All right. Once I finish downloading everything, what we're going to do is we're going to go into the projects directory. So we're going to say cd and say hydrogen -ec. And then from here, we're going to actually run npm run dev. Okay. Now, if we look over here, let's open up VS Code and then switch to the location of our projects. So I'm going to go to projects, Shopify, hydrogen -ec. And this is pretty much everything that comes with Hydrogen. Okay. I'm going to click on open to open up the folder. And then now we have our project set up. Got a lot of stuff here, but let's continue. So in here, we have, cache files. We have the app folder. This is where we have everything that has to do with that application. This is like the distribution folder, right? This is your node modules. Then you have your public folder. Then you have your styles folder. Okay, and then of course you have some other files in here, like your .env file. This is where you're going to put in your public storefront API token. And we're going to get back to this in a second. You also have some rules with ESLint, ESLint-RC, right? You got your get ignore. You got some GraphQL RC, okay? Some JavaScript config, right? You have your package.json, pretty much all of the packages that you're going to need to run this framework. You also have your post CSS configuration. This is for you guys that are using Tailwind, you guys can definitely go in here and tweak this up a little bit, right? You have your remix configuration. This is just pretty much just like rules like, hey, where's the app directory, right? This is stuff that you could go a little bit deeper if you want to go through the documentation. Personally, I could say you could just leave it exactly how it is. Then you have your server.js. Okay, this is over here where it's going to handle a lot of your stuff for your server. So again, this is a little bit more advanced for those of you guys that want to go and tweak this up a little bit. And of course, you have your Tailwind configuration over here also. Okay, so now that we run npm run dev, right, let's go in and actually see this store. So currently right now is running a mini Oxygen server in localhost 3000. So let's go in and check that out. And here we go. We have our first store from Shopify using Hydrogen. Okay. Now, again, this is a demo store that pretty much has a bunch of products and different collections already set up in there. But I'm going to show you guys in this video how to actually connect your own store to Shopify and using Hydrogen. Okay. So again, we got collections, right? You have freestyle collection, backcountry collection, thermal layers, right? You also have all of the products, and then you also have the product pages. So if you're clicking here, you can see that it already has the product pages, and you can see the different variations, right? You could choose over here variations. You could choose on product details, right? Let me actually zoom in. I'm pretty zoomed in into this thing, but here we go. Okay, so this is how it will most likely look for you guys in your screen. But again, it's pretty cool that they already provided a lot of different things in here just to get you started. Again, this is a demo store. You can look at the code that Shopify already has. And like I said, you can learn a lot from just looking at the way how they set up their components and how they're actually pulling data, right? But again, this is just a starting point for you guys to go in and build whatever it is that you guys want to build. Okay, think about it like this. This is the front end, so we can take any design, any style that we want and build like our front end store, and then use Shopify to be the headless server for us, basically handling the discounts, handling the payments, right, the checkout, right, handling everything that has to do with the inventory. So pretty much using all of Shopify's power, right, and their great platform. Again, Shopify, as you guys don't know, is like the #1 e-commerce platform. There's a reason why everybody uses it, from small vendors all the way to, influencers to big companies that do wholesale. They use Shopify for a reason, right? It's the infrastructure that they have, which is great. So you have that power in your hands now as a developer. Now, again, you can do this for your clients. You could do it for yourself if you're trying to sell your own products, right? And if you want to get started right away, there's no better place than Shopify as far as, okay, I have a great infrastructure. I already have everything there for me to start building and start selling my products. And all I have to do is build the front end and connect to Shopify through APIs, and I'm able to have a working store, fairly quickly, to be honest with you. Okay, so again, this is the demo store, right? This is actually pretty cool. By the way, you can see in the collections, also too, like the filtering system. This is something that you can actually take some ideas from, right, on how to filter your products. You could see it right here in the collections page, right? And it's actually pretty legit. Now let's actually go in and set up our own store. So I'm gonna go to partner.shopify.com. So partners.shopify.com. And then from there, what you're gonna do is you're gonna basically click on join now, and you're gonna create an account with Shopify so you could become a partner. Now, because I already have an account, what I'm going to do is I'm just gonna log in to my account, and I'm going to show you guys from there the process of creating a development store. All right, cool guys. So as you guys can see, I'm already logged in. Again, for those of you guys that are signing up for the first time, they will ask you for a name of your store. Just name it whatever, Billy Bob Testing App or Billy Bob Testing Store, whatever you decide to call it, right? It doesn't really matter because it's going to be a testing store for you guys to test your themes or to test your apps or to even test your, Shopify, Hydrogen storefront. So what I'm going to do right here is go in and create my own store. Okay, create development store. Okay, just to mention this, you do have the option to get request access to a store. So if someone else does have a store, let's say a client or something like that, you can go and do this through this route. But for us, it's just we're going to create the development store. Now in here, if you're going to create a store for a client, you would choose this one, create store for a client. This is a way for you to be able to transfer it to them later on. Now, if this is going to be just for testing, you're going to choose this one, create a store to test and build. Okay. And here I'm going to go in and call this Hydrogen EC, just like that. And then from there, it's going to ask you, do you want the latest build or developer preview, non-transferable? So that's something you want to keep in mind. Also, do you have data configuration? Start with empty store. Or do you want to have some test data? So I'm going to click on this one, test data. Right, I'm going to choose the latest build. And then from there, I'm going to click create development store. Give this a little second. It's creating the store for you. Okay, and then from there, you're going to be able to go into your store. Now, if you have multiple stores like I do, you're basically going to have to choose one. All right, and here we go. Okay, so once you get to this section here, you're basically inside of your store's backend, or you could say your admin section. And in here, you will see that you have a couple of orders already added to your account. You also have some products that have been added to your store. Now, if you notice, these are pretty much the same products that you have right here with the Hydrogen store, the demo store that you have on your local environment. But what I like to do is I like to have multiple types of products and categories, etc. So what I like to do is I like to go in and go into the apps and go to over here. Where is it? Apps. And then click on apps, sales channels, Shopify app store. Okay. And search simple sample data. And what this is going to do is it's going to allow you to install more data into your store. So you could have like a variety of different type of products inside of your store, not just some, snowboards. So I'm going to go in and install this app. It's actually free. Don't get scared if it says like $9.99 or 99 cents. Like, you don't have to pay for this. It's actually free. So click on install app. Give this a second. Okay. For some reason, giving me some issues. Undefined admin. Interesting. So, there was an issue with the app. Now, to fix that issue, just go back over here to the app and click on simple sample data. If it's not installed, install it again. But I think the issue was something with not finding either the URL for the application itself, because it was like a .php file. So I'm guessing it was, sending it back and forth. Sometimes that happens with Shopify apps. Like, I'll be honest, especially when you're using, some type of third party application. But it is what it is. We're here. Now we are basically here in this section with the simple sample data. Okay. It's my favorite app anyway. So yes, it's a little hiccup, but again, it's free, guys. we can't even complain, to be honest with you. So in here, I'm going to choose either clothes, paintings, or toys. You decide what you want to choose. And this is just to add products and variations and different collections to your store, so you can have more data to actually test on your store. Okay, so I'm just going to click on close for now, and then I'm going to click on all, and then I'm going to, let me see, where's the generate data? Okay, so right here, we click generate data and say, yes, generate, was it gummy or yummy data? I don't know why they want to choose those words, but it is what it is, man. Everybody wants to be original in the internet, bro. Okay, so again, so once you go through this section here, it's gonna take a little while. I'll be honest, it's gonna take a little while because it is downloading a bunch of product images and a bunch of data. But once it's done, it's gonna start showing up over here, and you're gonna start seeing that it's filling it up with different type of products. So you see we got sneakers, we got Vans, right? Some Palladium, Access Tiger. So if you refresh this, you're going to see some more like Adidas. So as you can see, the data is being added to your store. Now, the next thing that I want you guys to do is go to apps and search headless. And this is going to pop up. Click add app. Okay, from there we're going to add sales channel. Okay. All right, and then once you have this here, you're going to click here, create storefront. And you're basically going to have your tokens right here. And this is pretty much your storefront API token. So you're going to copy this. And from here, we're going to go to our .env file. And we're going to paste this in. And then from there, we're going to go in and basically get the name of our store. So it's Hydrogen-EC. So in here, we're going to put in Hydrogen-EC. Save that. And then let's open up our store. And there we go. Okay. Localhost 3000. As you can see, everything is working exactly how it's supposed to. If we click on catalog, right, we click on all the different products, you're going to start seeing the new products that we actually added to our store, besides just the snowboards. So as you can see, all of this data is the data that we added to our store. Okay, and that's it. That's pretty much it to get started with Hydrogen. We pretty much set up everything. One thing that I do want to mention is that if you look over here, when we add a product, let's say we wanted to add this Timberland, add to bag. Now it's in our cart and we click to continue to checkout. You're going to see that it's actually sending us to hydrogen-ec.myshopify.com. So this is where your actual checkout is going to be. Now, how would you go about setting this up for your own store? Let's say, for example, what you would do is you will run this server either using Oxygen through Shopify's platform, or you could set it up on your own server, or even, I believe, other company like Vercel also has some type of service too for you guys to now start deploying directly to them. But again, this is something that you will go in and basically have this like a separate website, right? A separate server. And then you have your actual website that's running on your Shopify's account, which will be, again, something like this, hydrogen-ec.myshopify.com. Now, let's say you had your domain set up, let's say billystore.com. You will basically run billystore.com. The main domain will be running this storefront. And then you will have a subdomain for, let's say, checkout.billystore.com. And that will basically be linking to your actual Shopify store, which will have your your actual checkout itself. And then let's say somebody wanted to go to Hydrogen, or not even Hydrogen, let's say billystore.myshopify.com. What you would do is you would redirect them to your main domain, which will be billystore.com. All right, guys. So I hope you guys like this video and you can see how easy it is to get started with Hydrogen and set it up with your Shopify store. Now, again, I'm going to be doing a couple of more videos on Hydrogen, probably going to be taking like a main brand and then recreating their website. I don't know, maybe the Louis store, maybe the Gucci store, maybe Billionaire Sports Club. You guys let me know in the comment section what store you guys would like to see done using Hydrogen. And yeah, man, I'm looking forward to helping you guys out in this journey and getting to show you guys some really cool frameworks like this one. Again, if you are a React developer and you are a Shopify developer, the natural progression is to start using Remix and Hydrogen. Okay, so anyways, guys, I'm gonna stop right here and I'll see you guys later. It's your boy Joe, back at it again, CodingPhase.com. Leave a comment below. Let me know what you think. Okay, subscribe. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. Don't forget. All right, see you guys later. Peace.